So I have a question for you. Are you ready to stop and get in the game? If you are, then you're really going to enjoy this presentation from Dr. Natalie Forrest. Dr. Natalie is the owner of Natalie Forrest International. She is also a accomplished podcaster now with her own show, Dr. Natalie. She's also the executive producer of the Women's Quantum Leap Forum with the Los Angeles Tribune. And without any further ado, I don't want to take up her time. Here's Dr. Natalie.
Well, thank you so much, Denise. And thank you everybody for being here, because this is something I care about. And I talked about this at an event, at another event that I was at. But then just when we were at the Transitions Fair, it popped up again. And it is something that a lot of people do. We create goals. And I'm speaking slowly, not to be funny, but we take a lot of time to create goals. And then we set a deadline. And then we look at the deadline. And then the deadline's there. And sometimes we actually did something and sometimes we didn't. And what is funny about it is that we do that with everything. So I'm not just talking to entrepreneurs, I'm actually talking to the everyday person with or without a business. I personally love working with women at a crossroads, as I always say. But just think about it. What are you doing? So there's a difference between doing and pretending to do, between busy work and productive work. And so the first thing I'd like you to do right now is pretty simple. I want you to close your eyes for a moment and take a deep breath. And then blow it out, just one. We're not going to go into a deep meditation. But what we just done is we said, stop. Okay, if that didn't work, if your brain's still going in overload, close your eyes again, take another breath. I always prefer to close your eyes because if you close your eyes, you are leaving outside everything else. Now that you've done that, here's my question for you. You're watching me. You're watching all the other amazing wellness talk authorities. They're not just experts, they're authorities in what they're presenting. So what are you doing while you're listening, watching? What exactly are you doing right now? And this is not a trick question, because I always have a pen and I always have my book with me, which you can't see because we're on Zoom, but I always have those things with me when I'm listening to somebody. I always write things down while I'm doing that. Now, you might be doing that too, which is great. So if you're taking notes, if you have it all set up to take notes, if you are looking to draw little charts like we tell you to do, if you are really doing all of that, which is fantastic, then the next question I want to ask you is, where are you right now? Okay, you want to tell me you're sitting in your living room, you're sitting in your office in front of the computer. Awesome. That's not what I mean. I'm asking you, where are you right now? It's a two-faceted question. One, where are you? Are you really listening to me? Are you really hearing me? Or is your mind, while you're taking notes, thinking about dinner, thinking about, she spoke for 2.5 minutes. I wonder how much longer. Oh my gosh, was that my phone just ringing? Where are you? Are you actually present right now? because you know the present is a gift. So where are you in your mind right now while you're hearing me? Because I've asked you to stop, and I'm asking you to get in the game. The other question, or the other facet of the question, where are you right now, is where are you in your life right now? We've covered where you're sitting. We've covered the fact that your mind might still be racing. Where are you in your life right now? First question, are you in your life right now? Or are you sort of in? Are you not sure? Are you like 1 foot in, 1 foot out? If you're not sure where you're in, then you're not in the game. Now, don't get me wrong. To me, life is not a game. Life is not some kind of sports game, but I'm going to use a sports imagery right now because that's the best way I can explain it. So wherever you are, with whatever culture you're at, whether it's soccer, football, baseball, handball, volleyball, I don't care. All of those have a game field. And that's usually what you're, as a person watching it, like you're watching me, it's like, it's down there usually. So in your life, are you the observer sitting up here right now, looking down and going, oh yeah, there's the ball. Oh, that person screwed up. Oh my gosh, what did he do? Is that you? Nobody's listening to your answer but yourself. You've got to be honest with yourself. Is that you? If you're not sure, think about your life. Are you looking at everybody around you, going, like, what did Aunt Lucy do to me? Why did the driver do that to me? Why did somebody cut me off? Why did my boss say so and so? Why am I not having more clients? Oh my God, I'm so stressed. I just need to watch TV right now. It's the same as sitting in the seats in the stadium, looking down and sort of 1 foot in, 1 foot out. You're not really in the game, but you sure are commenting on it because the game's down there and you're up here. So you're almost like at a safe distance, because if you don't catch the ball, you can't be blamed. If the ball falls onto you and you get hurt, well, you're not really hurt because you're not on the field. So now think about, if you were actually on the field, in the game, would you actually try to catch that ball? Because that's life. The ball is whatever your purpose is, whatever your passion is. That's the ball, whether it's a small baseball or a big football. Doesn't matter what it is. That's the thing that you want. But if you're sitting up there, are you really ever going to catch it? I know I've seen those shots where, somebody catches the baseball by accident. But what are the chances of you actually catching that ball while you're sitting up there? Yeah, you do the math. So get down on the playing field and play the game and try to get that ball, because that ball is your purpose. And there's only one ball like it. So, don't worry about all the other players. They might try and get the ball from you. Absolutely. They might try and make a copy of that ball. Absolutely. But it will never be the same as your ball that you're catching, because it's your purpose and it's your life. And so you have a choice to make. You can sit up here and be an observer. And as we love to say in the intuitive arena and the law of attraction arena, you can say, life is happening to me, because you're literally sitting in front of it, watching it and commenting on it. Or you can put your big girl pants on, or big boy pants, and get down on the field and say, that's my ball. This is my life and I want to live it. So I'm going to do the best I can to catch that ball and run with it. And then all of a sudden, life is happening for you. Are you going to fall? Yes. Are you going to trip? Yes. Are you sometimes going to get sidetracked because there's something over there that looks like your ball? Yes. And that is called life. That is called you experiencing life. And in that process of you actually being in your life, actively participating in your life, you are going to find out so much cool stuff about you. And yes, I've got questions for you, but you're going to find so much cool stuff out that you'll be able to, old Egyptian saying, know thyself. And once you know thyself, you actually are able to reconnect with yourself. And you are going to be able to understand how important you are. Because remember, there's nobody else who's got the same ball. And just to switch up metaphors a little bit, if there's nobody else who has that same ball, that means that same ball has to have a purpose by itself. And since I see life as a puzzle, that ball is a very specific puzzle piece. So I advise you not to screw it up, because we all need you and your ball, your purpose, because it fits perfectly within the frame of humanity that we all create together. And when you have that ball, because you now know it's your purpose and your being in your life, it will change shapes so that then once you know yourself, you're able to embrace and love yourself. I know that sounds kind of funny, but you need to love yourself. And you need to embrace all aspects of yourself. Good, bad, ugly, shiny, shadow, whatever you want to call it. And then you have the confidence to come over to the rest of us and plug the piece into the puzzle. Because you now know who you are. You're confident to take the next step, whatever that may be, and just make your mark, put that ball, which is now a puzzle piece, down and say, here I am. What's next? And that's, in a nutshell, how you get in the game. And the very first thing you need to do to get in the game of life, which is a very serious game, can also be very fun. You need to stop and be honest and in full integrity with looking at yourself and where you are right now. So I hope that gave you some ideas, some basic questions of what to ask yourself to figure out if you're an observer or an active participant. And of course, you know that thanks to Denise and You Define Wellness, there are longer workshops. So look at all of the wellness talks. Take action by taking notes. and then decide which of these authorities do I want to quote unquote play with, engage with, because that choice is yours if you decide to catch that ball. If you have any questions, you know where to find me.
All right, look at that. Our timer, we still had 10 seconds left. Do you have, that was fantastic. Do you have a special offer for those who are watching this recording?
Absolutely, I do. And thank you for asking. And it's something very simple. It's free, first of all. It is absolutely free. But I have created a very short training video that also comes with a worksheet that takes us a little further. And it's called Breakthrough to You. And it's a bit.ly link. And it's bit.ly/amaze for amazing women, amaze women. And all you do is, you get that and you watch the training video, you answer the questions. And the key is that if you actually like going through it or you have questions, you just write me an email. It's that simple.
That's awesome. Dr. Natalie Forrest, thank you very much for joining us today and being a part of this.